Good morning and welcome to Tuesday. So today's focus will be within our CGP books and page 40 for fractions of amounts. Let's get your page ready. I'll get mine. Okay, so fractions of amounts. Find one half. Find one half of a set of 6 books. Split them into 2 equal groups. These are things we have seen before, but it's just a way to really approach it now when we think about fractions of amounts. As you can see, by splitting them into the 2 equal groups, each group has 3 books. The halves are there, as you can see, half of 6 equals 3. Okay, same as you're going to say 6 divided by 2 equals 3, but we are just thinking about the fractions of amounts. So using some of those skills you have already, we're just applying them to fractions. Moving on now to find 1/3. Find 1/3 of the set of 6 books. Here you split them into 3 equal groups, okay? And each group has 2 books in. There we go. Each group, though, is still a third, a third, a third, okay? Now, 1/3 of 6 equals 2. Within that third, you can see 2 books, okay? Let me, want my page ready. There we go. My pointer, I'm going to need that. Lovely jubbly. Okay, right, back to it. And then we're now finding 3/4, because these are typical numbers when we think about fractions of amounts. Okay, you're finding 3/4 of an amount. So again, you find 1/4 first. Okay, so find 3/4 of 8 B's. Okay, again, here you can see we divide them into the 4, divide them into the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 equal groups. Okay, as you can see, 1/4 is 2 B's. Okay, 1/4 of 8 equals 2, because you can see within that one group, there are the 2 B's. Okay, and it's equal across all 4. Okay, count the number of B's in 3/4. Then we've got 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there we go. 3/4 of 8 equals 6, because we've counted them up. Once you know 1/4, you can then focus on the remaining 2 that you're going to need to then continue to add with your 3 to get 3/4 of an amount. Okay, really crucial. If you're not finding just that quarter or that half, well, not half, sorry. If you're finding that quarter, then you know it's that individual group. If you need to find 3/4 or 2/3, you need to count up everything within the 2 groups for your 2/3, the 3 groups for your 3/4. Okay, it's that part. The part that's being asked for needs to be counted. Okay, remember that, because in the activities, that's going to come up again. Bear that in mind, and you can refer back to page 40 if you've any queries. Refer back to what page 40 is asking you to do to link it to your activities. Right, so on that note, let's think about your tasks, which are on page 41. Let's do it. Okay, so question 1. James has 12 sweets. He eats half of them. Circle the number of sweets he has left. Okay, so you've got to think about half. Into half. How many he's going to have left? There we go. Show us. Circle the number of sweets he has left. Question 2. What fraction of the stars are shaded? Okay. Think about the stars you can see. Think about the groups you can see, and pop your answer in the box. Again, second part to that question. What fraction of circles are shaded? Again, look how many groups you've got. Think about the groups you can see. Pop your answer in the box. And then to finish, John buys 12 stamps. He uses 1/4 of them. How many has he used? Again, what skills might you use here to help you? If you need to draw it out, feel free. You've got some space down here. But once you're ready, pop your answer in that box. Okay? Stuff. Right. So let me give you some time. Again, pause here while you tackle that task, those tasks, sorry, in your book, okay? Because the next video, the next part, sorry, will be showing the answers to this task. A bit like yesterday. You've done your activity, let's see how you've got on, okay? And then you can move on to additional tasks if you wish to. And then obviously the good old challenge too. All right, so give that a go and then feel free, like I said, to pause the video and then come back to get your answers for your task. So here are the answers for your tasks. So James has 6 sweets left and I have circled my 6 sweets. What fraction of the stars are shaded? 1/4. A quarter of the stars are shaded. You can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, okay? And you can see one part is shaded. That shows us 1/4 and that's how we write it down, okay? What fraction of the circles are shaded? That's right, 1/3. You've got 1, 2, 3 parts. Out of that part, one part is shaded. We have our third. And finally, how many stamps has he used? He has used 3 stamps. You could draw it out, okay, and then look at that 1/4 to work out how many he used. That's how I did it. Or you could think back to some of your calculations that you might have done already. Because we've done quite a lot, even though we're not doing the 4 times table, we're not doing the 3 times table. There are some activities we have done within our grouping that gives us those answers for 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Okay, so just other ways to look at it, but the answer there we're looking for was 3. Okay. Right. Yeah. I want to do that. So let's think about some additional tasks for you to tackle. Again, if you choose to do this in your book, there's a date for you, 23.2.21, fractions of amounts, okay? Share Jack's lovely 20 beans equally between 2 pots, then complete the sentences. The whole is, half of is, okay? Again, feel free to draw this out or use small objects if you need to work out the answer, if you need to. Let me go on to what the next one's going to be for you. Challenges to finish. Okay, so good old Rosie. Oh dear. Bit too happy there. Rosie has 9 teddies. She donates 1/3 to charity. How many does she have now? Okay, and here are 8 cars. We want to know what's 1/4 of 8. Okay, 1/4 of 8 is is 1/4 of Again, the wording shouldn't be something that can stump you, but it might do. But just think about what you're being asked. Think about your first answer and how else it could be written. Okay, one thing I'm going to share there. And again, if you need to work anything out, draw it, etc., get a small object to help you support the answer. It's absolutely fine. No worries. Right, you've been given your challenges, you've been given your task. So feel free to pause the video here and then go back to your activities, use the math notes, whatever you need to do to make it work for you. Feel free to do. I'll leave you to it and then I'll come back with the answers. You ready for some answers? So good old beans, those magic beans. The whole is 20. Half of 20 is 10. Rosie has 9 teddies. She donates 1/3 to charity. How many does she have now? She has 6 teddies remaining. Okay, because we know 1/3 has been given away and we count up the rest, as you can see I've done here. We have 8 cars. 1/4 of 8 is 2 because I've put it into quarters. I've highlighted 1/4 and I've counted how many there are. 1, 2. 2 is 1/4 of 8. Okay, it's just another way of saying it. Another way of saying it. Okay. There we go. And one last thing. Some friends for you. You might already know about the Karate Cats, but they came again. We mentioned them yesterday. I mentioned them yesterday, I should say. So they're here again. So why not continue with the BBC Bite Size game with the good old Karate Cats on fractions? Did you complete all of bronze yesterday? Did you get into silver? Well, feel free to go further today or just repeat it. See how you can get on. Okay? If there's that time, feel free. Right, year 2. I'll catch you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.